2, 3.
Well, folks, after several weeks of social distancing, I finally have another opportunity to interview Montrose's manager, Mr. Stuart Petrie. Right, look, before we start talking about football and the club, first of all, how are you and the rest of the family getting on at the moment?
I think I'm like everybody else, Ross, just doing what I'm told and trying to get through this as best we can and make sure all our families and friends are safe. So I'm no different to anybody else, that's for sure. And it's certainly unprecedented times that we're facing. So it's it's been a bit of a struggle, but as I say, as long as everybody's safe, that's the main thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's quite clear that we all love our football, but in the current climate, it does take a bit of a back seat. But the reality is, football is going to probably play a big part in bringing everybody back to some normality when we get out of this.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I think it's a massive miss for everybody connected with football, from managers, from players to supporters to directors. It's a massive part of our week. We'll look forward to the Saturday game, but as I say, it's certainly it feels into distance at this moment in time, whereas there's bigger things to worry about at this moment, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously our fans are doing a wonderful job at the moment of trying to keep injecting cash into our club. We've got a fan-based sort of thing at the moment called Whatever It Takes, and currently their Just Giving page has got £5,600 that have come into it. So, I mean, our fans are doing everything they possibly can to keep our club alive. It's just good.
There's no doubt about that. I can't thank them enough. They've been unbelievable, and that just tells you exactly where we are as a club and as a family, I guess, from directors right through to our supporters. We all want the same thing, and hopefully we'll come out of this unscathed. And certainly the club will be here when it starts up again. There's no question of that with the fan base that we have and what they're prepared to do to make sure the club survives. It's outstanding. Yeah,
I mean, are you able to keep in contact with the players on a fairly regular basis at the moment?
Yeah, I managed to catch up with them all basically in the last few days. Just touching base and making sure that they're all healthy, safe, and their families are fine. Obviously updating them. I speak to John very regular around what's happening at the club. So yeah, certainly touch base with all the guys, and they're all in fairly good spirits. I think we're all shocked a little bit with what's happened and how it's affecting certain people with jobs, especially. But the guys are in good spirits.
Good. That's great to hear. Obviously, this is a question and answer with the boss, and we put out there on social media if there was anybody wanted to put some questions to you. And while we were talking about the players a wee bit there, Alex Longmuir was asking, are you worried about the fitness of the players if we do come back to finish off the season at some point?
No, not really. I think since we came in over 3 years now, the guys' attitude to work has been outstanding. So I've no doubt they'll be doing their own programme themselves away from here. We don't have anything to do with that. It's certainly up to the guys, and they'll look after themselves. They've done that since I've came to the club, so I've no doubt they'll do that, and they'll just treat it as a close season, Ross. Obviously, we've not got a start date, which is frustrating, but as I say, it's certainly it's not a major factor at this moment in time. So the guys will be ticking over. I've no doubt about that, and they'll be doing what they can with themselves, whether they're out running or in the house or whatever it is. But they'll certainly be ticking over.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying there, I mean, it's like we're saying, there are far bigger things to be dealing with at the moment. But I mean, have you got an idea of something that you would like to see happen for the end of the season? Would you like to see playoffs? Would you like the season just to end? I mean, have you got any preference yourself?
I'd certainly, I'd like to see the season end. That's for sure. Obviously, the position we're in now and how strong we were going into that last quarter. And I know from past experience how fit the guys are, that the last quarter is usually our best quarter. So we're really looking forward to that side of it. But obviously, other things have taken over that. I guess the powers will be in the SFA and the SPFL and whoever else will decide what what it is going forward. The longer it takes before they're making a decision, the harder it gets, I guess. So, as I say, it may well be a case that we just start again next year. Who knows whether it's league reconstruction or whether they go for they go straight to a playoff system. I don't know. They've obviously got a lot of talking and organisation to do, but we'll let them decide that. And then what will be, whatever it is. I'm sure we'll have them close as ready as we can for them when it does start up again.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing. Just making sure that whatever decision is made, we are prepared to get going with it again.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah. Graham Douglas was asking, obviously he's seen you flitting between the stand and the dugout on a fairly regular basis during match days, and he's just wondering if the view you get of the game when you're in the stand, do you think that allows you to make better judgments than you would if you were just in the dugout the whole game?
Yeah, without a doubt. My whole take on it is that I see no benefit from having the three coaches having the same view. And if I'm sitting up in the stand, especially our stand, because you get a cracking view from it, you certainly see the game slightly different to the way Ross might see it or Yano might see it, and Bruley. So it certainly does, and plus sometimes it takes you away from getting involved with officials, linesmen, and referees as well. So it does give you a clearer head up there, and I certainly prefer sitting up there as long as I can. I've got enough faith in Ross and Yano and Julia. If instructions need to be shouted on without me going down, it can be done. But yeah, it seems to work for us doing it that way. And you'll know fine well if the game's going really well, I'll be sitting in the stand for the vast majority of it. So, but unfortunately, there'll be not many of them. But no, and sometimes I'll go down and Ross will go back up and get a look. Because sometimes you'll see something up there that you don't see on the touchline, and some of the pitches are even worse. The cambers on them, you can hardly see the game. Falkirk's a prime example. You can hardly see anything because of the camber on the pitch. So it's certainly better up in the stand. But there is times where you need to go back down and maybe give somebody a blast or something from the sidelines or a linesman. But no, I do prefer it up there. There's no question of that. I think the big thing for me is your preparation. So it's before the game, that's where the big thing comes in, and also the half-time team talk as well if they need to change things. So, but yeah, it seems to be working for us at the moment.
Lyle McDonald was asking, out of all the strikers that you've seen in our league this season, who's impressed you the most?
David Goodwillie, without a doubt, is we certainly play at a higher level. There's no question of that. Declan McManus at Falkirk, probably again, certainly shouldn't be playing at this level. Should be playing at a higher level. And you've got Connor Salmon at Falkirk. So there's a lot of good strikers out there. There's no question of that. Dale Hilson has just gone from obviously from Forfar to Arbroath. So there's good players. There's a lot of good players at our level, but and it's getting tougher. It's getting tougher to find strikers that are going to give you 15, 20 goals a season. They're hard to come by, probably over the period of time that I've been with the club. Probably Goodwillie and Rory are the guys that do it season in, season out, and they're hard to come by. We've been searching for that side of it as well. So. But they're certainly strikers that put the ball in the net, and it's everybody's looking for them, Ross. Not just Montrose, but you go down to the Premier League in England, they're all looking for strikers to put the ball in the net. We've got different types of strikers at the club who work hard and are team players more than individuals. So it certainly works for us.
Yeah. I've got one more for you today, and this is coming from Karen. And it's saying, is it true that on match days you psych yourself up by listening to Wham?
Well, it's one of the tunes that I do listen to, yeah. Certain tunes that I can listen to. It just depends what comes on the Absolute 80s radio channel on the way up, if there's not a game on. But it's one of my favourite bands, and we'll leave it at that.
I was going to say, you're missing the karaoke.
Well, luckily enough, there was a karaoke just before all this kicked off. So, but yeah, fond of a karaoke like yourself.
Yeah, I love a bit of karaoke. Fortunately, I've got a machine here, which is bad news for the neighbours.
There's not going on today, though.
Well, what we're going to try and do over the coming weeks is get a wee interview with our players, and there's going to be a quiz, so they're going to be up against each other, and we're calling it Mo Star Mind. Do you like what we did there? Yeah?
Yeah,
So,
something that.
first thing I'm going to ask you is, who do you think's going to top our league, and who do you think's going to come bottom?
Bottom of the league, Craig Johnson. A shadow of a doubt. It'll be a fight for its bottom of the league. Craig Johnson or Liam. Then top of the league, maybe Terry Masson, school teacher.
Well, yeah, well, he's got a shout.
He might break the mould as a school teacher of being clever, unlike yourself. But yeah, maybe Terry.
Well, I thought it was only fair that if the lads are going to have to go through this, that I just give you a couple of questions so they can see the kind of standard that they're going to have to hear. So here's your first question. Well, we'll keep it football related. Who was the first football manager to win the English Premier League?
What team was it?
Oh, well, that gives it away, surely.
Alex Ferguson.
Correct. Manchester United. The last old First Division was, I think it was Leeds United, was Strachan there at the time. Howard Wilkinson.
It's actually going to go for Howard Wilkinson, but Ferguson.
In fact, I think that, well, since the start of the English Premier League, I don't think an English manager has ever actually won it. I'm pretty sure it's been foreign managers if you go through the list. I might be wrong, but I think that's the case. And here's one more for you then. So in 2008, who became the first British athlete at Olympic Games to win 3 gold medals in a single Games? It was 100 years since it had been done before. So this was in 2008.
2008.
He's a Scotsman. He's a Scotsman.
It was Chris Hoy.
That is the correct answer, Sir Chris Hoy. Well done. Now, that's 2 out of 2, but you only get a minute. So,
right. Oh, about 3 minutes.
So we'll see how the guys get on, and we'll see if your predictions come true at the very end of it all. Been wonderful having the opportunity to speak to you Stuart, and hopefully, fingers crossed, if everybody stays indoors as much as they possibly can, then we'll go back to Links Park sooner rather than later. So take care of yourself, buddy, and
no problem.
See you very, very soon.
Stay safe, everybody. Cheers. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.